post-match interview here at the Erie following today's 3-1 win over Northwood. Dave, start with you. I would say that probably wasn't our best home performance today, but we've had games this season where we've played really, really well and maybe not got our just deserves, but today, whilst we took our chances very well in front of goal, it was good to back up last weekend's win over where.
Inspired by you, Lee, if I'm honest with you, because you keep throwing stats at us about what we're not doing at home and we're doing away. So it was nice to put it right. And the team talk today, my part of it was really about trying to do the exact same thing again. I thought we defended. First, I thought we defended very well, considering I felt we gave the ball away. We didn't take care of the ball enough, and so we gave them opportunities to attack us. But Fish gives us a little bit of stability. We didn't win in headers, so all of a sudden the big high ball in the box is less of a threat than it was. Leo complimented him very well again today, I thought, for the majority. Well, we're talking first half, we need to look. You remind us of things. We need to put it right. We've not won enough games at this place. It's a perfect surface for us. I love the home games, because you're not going to get a better surface than that. And we need to put things right. We've dropped too many points at home, and we kept virtually the same side. We missed Bondi was ill today. We probably missed Bondi. I think Bondi was excellent last week at Ware, and it gives us that sort of point up top. But it worked well. We played a 4-3-3. Sonny played well on the right, Bailey on the left, who's slowly getting back to some sort of form, and Alex was good up top. And the real truth is that we almost played, because of the way Alex played, we didn't really play with 9, so I think their two centre-halves at times found that difficult. And first half, we probably could have been 3/4. Thought we made 2 really good chances. Possibly would feel that Adam should have put his one away. There was another headed chance. There was one that was sort of blocked, and so we could have had the game in the first half put away. And again, without playing, as you said, at our best. So we still created those opportunities, but in the meantime, we were giving the ball away too cheap at times. And I think we got overconfident, if I'm honest with you, and people trying things that we didn't need to do, and we're in a nice bright white kit, and we couldn't pick a bloke out 10 yards away at times to get passing by them. So we reminded that half time. The crazy thing is we come out with 5 minutes of where we just didn't seem to be at it. We gifted them a goal, and that's why I said about the 2 centre halves. There's a couple of minutes of madness where Leo says he didn't see it, he couldn't focus on it with the lights.
There was a couple of moments in the second half where obviously one of them leads to the goal, and then the second one we got away with it. Yeah. But I mean, in the main, I thought the pair of them did very well at the back, but it was just a case of just a little bit of communication would have avoided that.
Yeah, and I agree. And as I say, they seem to they do complement each other. And of course, by having Laurie on the left-hand side, it gives us, and hence his goal in the first. There's not many people who are going to score that first goal, because not from left back. But Laurie's gone in like a steam train down the left-hand side and got the end of it. So it gives us extra with him there. They've been very good. Fish coming back, like I said to you, gives us we're more confident in the air because of him. But they got in each other's way for the first and the second one. Fish is, I don't know, he's trying to head a ball when I felt that Leo had it covered. And of course that caused confusion. Other than that, I thought they were decent, considering as the game went on, they brought some size onto the pitch, and it caused us a few problems. In fact, 2 looping headers that Blade made 2 great saves too. And in the end, we've defended quite well. We've had to back to the wall a little bit with a couple of them, by the way, and it wasn't like we were so massively comfortable, but I just thought that we defended like a team that wanted to pick up 3 points today, and we've been guilty at times of not doing that.
Skip, obviously Dave's just mentioned Blade making a couple of good saves in the second half. What was the obviously we we had the luxury of having a goalkeeper on the bench today. What was the decision for the change at half time? Was did Liam Mal knock, or was it just a case of we just wanted to give both keepers a half?
No, it was decided that we'd give both half a game each. Situations arose because we had Liam at the beginning of the season. He picked up an injury while training at Luton Towns. So we were then lucky enough to be able to sign Blade. He done very well for us. He then picked up a knock playing for Cambridge in the FA Youth Cup. Dave was advised that he'd be out for 2 to 4 weeks, which left us without a goalkeeper because Ibby as well in the meantime.
We haven't had much luck with the old goalkeeper department.
No, we haven't, because Ibby's gone and broke a finger. And I mean, he started the season very, very well. Took him out the side as part of the learning process. Came back in again, done very, very well. So he's got a really good future with us. And then bless him, he broke his finger. So that's probably him for the season. Because by the time that's healed, we'll probably have about three weeks left. So is it worth him playing in those 3 weeks when he can have the whole summer off and it'll really heal? So being told Blade was out for 2 to 4 weeks, we had to make a decision. Dave got hold of Luton. Liam was back available, having got over his, which was quite a intense injury. And next thing you know, we've got 2 goalkeepers. 1 minute we got none, now we've got 2. So it was always on the cards to play them both. Probably not the best scenario for both lads, but they both understood and yeah, I mean, it didn't concede in the first half. Liam was quite dominant, but they didn't really have a shot. So while Blade might have conceded one, he's had a lot more to do in the second half, and yeah, he's dealt with everything very well, come for balls, etc. So pleased with both of them.
I felt like in the game, I think there was a lot of ebb and flow in the game. Northwood had periods in the game where they were starting to build up a bit of a head of steam and starting to put us under pressure, but how important was it that when we got those opportunities where they were starting to build a bit of momentum, that we scored goals, I felt, in key parts of the game?
Well, today we've started really quick and we scored really early, which makes a big difference because it settles you down in the game. And I thought, yeah, for 10 minutes we scored one, and we've had 2 great chances. We could have been 2 up, maybe even 3 up if you're getting greedy. Then they got themselves into the game, but I think we was our own worst enemy, to be fair today, because when we were passing it 5, 6, 10 yards short to people's feet, we were looking very, very good, and then people got bored, which was said at half time. They're suddenly trying to put balls through gaps that weren't there, and they were counter-attacking, and parts of that first half, really, the only time they really looked dangerous was when we was gifting them the opportunities. So the half-time team talk was just to keep it simple, don't do anything stupid. Within 3 minutes, you've got players colliding with each other, and you're 2-1 up, and suddenly it's a completely different game. So the massive turning point for me, second half, was Alex getting that goal at 3-1 on, I don't know, about 55 minutes to an hour, and that settled us down. And I thought, while they had opportunities, I thought we were quite comfortable while we had the 2-goal lead. But we're our own worst enemies. Some of the lads look like they get bored sometimes, and I've said that to them, so I'm not saying anything now that they haven't heard. I just sometimes think when they play as well as we can, it looks very simple, but suddenly people start to do things they shouldn't really, or you wouldn't want them to do. But yeah, it wasn't our best performance, but it certainly wasn't our worst performance. It was one of those ones there that, similar to the game against Milton Keynes Irish, where I didn't think we were very good at all that day, and yet we were 3-0 up after 20 minutes, and you're thinking...
It's definitely a time of the season where we are in amongst, obviously the 2 at the top are that extra bit ahead of us, but there's a cluster of about 5 or 6 clubs that have all got the ability to get into the playoff shake-up, and it's more... We're getting to a point in the season where results matter more than performances.
Christ, yeah. Swallowing
coughing over the line. Yeah. Again, this is we've been lucky enough to play games on the 3G, so we haven't had any games called off at home, and we've been lucky. I.e., last week when it was frozen and the majority of the fixtures were called off, we were playing at Ware on the 3G. So we're up to date with our fixtures. I think we just got the one midweek one at the moment, which is Dunstable, which has been called off a couple of times. So it's about winning games at the right time now, which is similar to the last time we ended up in the playoffs. when we ended up in the playoffs a few years ago. You just play teams at the right time, pick up the points at the right time. So it is very close up there. I mean, I think we're 10 points behind Leighton, but everybody's got to play everybody. So you only need them to lose one. Then if we're lucky enough to get a result over there, all of a sudden that gap's closed. So we haven't given up hope. We've got to play both Leighton who are top, Hitchin who are second. So we look forward to them. Hopefully the coin comes down our side.
Yeah, it's definitely, Dave, you back with us now after thought it was in the crucible for a minute, with my coffee going on, but it's on paper, Hitchin away, Leighton away looked difficult for us, but with us having such a good away form this season, it is still, we'll still fancy our chances of certainly of giving them a game to get us close to them. Just sort of moving away from that, just a word for Bradley Bell, he got the Man of the Match award today. How pleasing was it to see him score the goal that he did, because I felt that there's been quite a lot of occasions this season where we've got into that position and flashed the ball across the goal and no one's been there to turn it home.
I think Skip said it. As I was Skip or James, he said he's the only person that scores that goal because he's come from deep, made the run the way in.
That's your doctor.
Read it perfect and just got on the end of it, and that's what I think he's going to give us more than anybody else. And you know, and we're not even seeing a fit Bradley Bell, if I'm honest with you. You know, he's come into us. He's not really, I wouldn't say he's at full fitness. He's then got a bad concussion. But he came back only last week. He got 15, 20 minutes last week. He's had 90 today, so we kind of force it into him. But I think the reason we went with him today is for that exact reason. I think he scored 3 or maybe even 4 now. He's probably 4th leading goal scorer at the club. You know, and that's in being at the club 5 minutes. So yeah, look, the only person that gets there I think is him, if I'm honest with you, because our midfield players, I mean, I think Rio's a sensational player, but does he go all the way 6-yard box? Not often. He's very scanning, always looking for, if he breaks down to recycle the ball and all that, whereas Bradley's, you know, he's looking to score a goal. And that's important to us at this present stage, because we're guilty of making lots of chances and not finishing them. And this season, as you sort of just alluded to, you know, how many times have we put it across the box and no one gets an end of it? Well, I think he will, and that's the important bit. So I think he enjoys playing with us. I think he enjoys that we pass it. So, you know, it's a whole different ball game for him. He's been playing higher, as we've said in previous conversations, and you know, he said to me, I want to just come and enjoy it. I think he's doing that. He certainly, if he doesn't in that change room, he never will, because they absolutely destroy him. You know, the two Marshes and Hunty are non-stop at him. So, you know, I think he's starting to enjoy our changing room, and you know, he's a like I said the other week, to get him ring us and ask us to come to us is lovely for us. It's not often we get that opportunity to pick up somebody that's played the level he has, so it's a big sign for us.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, good to start 2026 with back-to-back wins, so long may that continue. Next weekend, weather permitting, we are away at Tame, so obviously we only played them recently, so it'll be opportunity to hopefully avenge that earlier home defeat in December, and then we are back here the following weekend with a local derby against Northfield, so we look forward to seeing you then, gents.
Thanks, Lee. Cheers.